So we're going to begin our first ride here in Geddington at the Eleanor Cross. But why Geddington and why the Eleanor Cross? Well, the Eleanor Crosses were a memorial of Queen Eleanor of Castile, and she was the first queen of Edward I. Now, we all know Edward I as Edward Longshanks. He was King Edward who pitted his wits against William Wallace in the film Braveheart. Now, despite the way the film portrayed him, he was actually a very caring and loving man, and he requested the presence of his queen with him in Scotland during his campaign. Unfortunately, she died in 1290 in Harby in Nottinghamshire on the way to meet him. Now, he was devastated when he heard this news, so he rushed down to make arrangements for her to take her coffin back to Westminster. Now, he was very proud of what she'd done. She learned 6 languages, she was very well read, and he wanted to show his queen off, so he decided that the cortege would travel back in stages. There were 12 stops in total, the last one being what was then a very tiny village just on the outskirts of Westminster, which we now know as Charing Cross. Now, we're here at stop number 4. Now, the Geddington Cross is one of the only 3 remaining crosses along the whole journey, and this one's particularly famous because it has a triangular cross section. And it has a triangular cross section because it's on a 3-way junction here in Geddington. But why Geddington? Well, back in 1290, Geddington was a bustling place. This was the main road from London to the north, so everyone passed by here. So in fact, this was a perfect location for one of Eleanor's crosses. Okay, so let's jump on the bike and head to our first stop at Grafton Underwood. So welcome to Grafton Underwood, well, in fact, RAF Grafton Underwood, and we're stood at the end, well, nearly the end of the south part of the main runway coming into Grafton Underwood. Now, this was originally opened in 1941 for the RAF, but the runways were too short to land the bigger heavy bombers that we used eventually in the bombing raids across Germany. So in 1942, the runways were extended, and then in 1943, the American Army came in here. Now, planes from as far away as Australia flew to land here, and this was the base of one of the most famous aircraft, the B-17 Flying Fortress. So a little bit of did you know? The 1945 film The Way to the Stars actually used footage of B-17s landing and taking off from here in Grafton Underwood. Another little bit, a Major Paul W. Tibbets, he flew some of the original bombing missions from here in Grafton Underwood towards Germany. He also flew the Enola Gay, and it was named after his mother, and this was the plane that dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima. It's also the subject and the title of a famous Pet Shop Boys song. Now, the village is also the childhood home of Bridget Jones in the Helen Fielding novels. Okay, so let's jump back on the bike and head out for our main ride. And our main ride will take us towards the Addingtons, out through Denford, through Thrapston, and then onto Brigstock, where we'll stop off for something to eat and a drink. Coming up on a really nice lunch option, it's the Watermill Tea Rooms here in Woodford. Built in 1044 and listed in the Doomsday Book, it's a lovingly restored place to eat and drink. We will visit this in another video. It's located next to the River Nen, and after lunch you can take a nice stroll and peruse the canal boats parked up. We're in Brigstock in the heart of North Northamptonshire, an important administrative hub for the Rockingham Forest in the Middle Ages. And here on the right hand side is where we'll stop today for lunch, the Bake and Brew Cafe. Welcome to the Bake and Brew, located on Station Road in the heart of Brigstock, directly opposite the junction with Bridge Street. It was decided not to take video in this small cafe as it was quite full, so lots of pictures were taken when it got a bit quieter. We ordered a pot of tea for two and freshly made toasties with cheese and a spicy pickle. Very tasty. We finished off with a lovingly made lemon drizzle cake. The cafe is open most days from 9 AM, 10 AM at the weekends, till the mid-afternoon. There is a courtyard alongside with easy access to keep your motorcycle or bicycle off-road and safe, and our special thanks go to Marzina Wade and her team for such a delightful experience. Thanks for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed the ride out, the lunch recommendation and the little bit of learning along the way. Please subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when the next video is released. If you'd like a visit and be featured in one of the next videos, please leave a comment below or reach out. Until next time, ciao.